To the men and women in uniform, past, present, and future, thank you for your service.
Right now at 4 o'clock, preparing for what's shaping up to be the coldest day of the season so far. Mr. G has what you need to know for this weekend. Plus,
she'd take every kid that she could to school. She raised them like if it was her own.
A beloved grandmother is struck and killed by a school bus in Queens minutes after she dropped her nieces off at school. How her grieving family members are remembering her.
And a PIX 11 News exclusive, how a student-led show of support for an Upper East Side school crossing guard who was hit by a taxi is helping her recover.
Live from PIX Plaza on 42nd Street, it's the PIX 11 News at 4.
Thanks for joining us for the PIX 11 News at 4. I'm Tamsen Fidel.
And I'm Arrianee Lebeau. And it is the end of an era today. We are celebrating Tamsen's last day here at PIX 11. After more than 15 years of bringing New Yorkers this news all over, she is moving on to the next chapter to continue her passion of helping women. And I have to say, it's been an absolute privilege and honor to work alongside you, get to know you, learn from you.
Thank you.
And just to experience firsthand your passion and your love for people and serving people now and moving forward.
Thank you so much for saying that. It means so much. You know, I love your smile every day. We have a good time, you know, doing the news. We cover it for New Yorkers, and I'm gonna miss New York so much and the people that make this city. I've wanted to be here since I was a little girl, so I am certainly so very, very grateful for these years here at the desk.
And we'll be celebrating throughout the show, so stay with us.
But first, among some of the legends I have learned from, Mr. G.
I'm the president of the Tamsen Fidel fan club. We'll be meeting at Yankee Stadium and Citi Field simultaneously. This is until we meet again. I'm not good at this goodbye stuff. Weekend is going to be okay. It's going to be dry, and the coldest weather of the season will be arriving back half of the weekend on Sunday. We're going to chat about that later on.
All right, G, thank you. We do have some news to get you. Breaking news, FBI agents seizing multiple electronic devices from Mayor Adams following an FBI raid of the mayor's top campaign fundraiser's home. The New York Times first reporting this, an attorney for the mayor's campaign confirming the seizure, saying agents approached the mayor Monday after an event. The Times reporting that Adams gave them at least 2 cell phones and an iPad, which were returned to him days later. Investigators are looking into whether his campaign illegally took donations from Turkey. The mayor, in a statement, says he had nothing to hide. He has not been accused of any wrongdoing. Well, now to a tragedy in Queens. A school bus striking and killing a grandmother just minutes after she finished walking some of her youngest relatives to school.
Yeah, it was a gut-wrenching scene with family coming together on 107th Avenue and 86th Street in Ozone Park. Henry Rossoff is live there now with the latest. Henry.
A really horrible situation unfolding at this intersection today, and police are still investigating what happened, but a family has been changed forever. Family arrived at the intersection of 107th Avenue and 86th Street in Ozone Park and immediately burst into tears. They shared with us a picture of 73-year-old Maria Rodriguez.
She'll take every kid that she could to school. She raised them like if it was her own. She basically raised me too.
Joel Rodriguez is an older grandson of Maria, and he explained that Friday was no different. She had just finished dropping off several of the younger grandchildren at an elementary school a few blocks from their family home and was crossing the street when a school bus making a left hit and killed her.
She was very lively. She was the happy person of the family. She would always gather everybody together. I don't know how we're going to do it for this Thanksgiving. She was the happiest person.
Neighbors tell us something like this is highly unusual in this quiet corner of Ozone Park.
It's sad, it's tragic, because somebody just lost their loved one, a mom, a grandmother, a sister. And, you know, it's really sad because I lived here 23 years, and this is the first time something like this ever happened.
I did just get off the phone with the NYPD. The investigation is still ongoing, but the driver has not been arrested at this point, and wrongdoing is not suspected. Live in Ozone Park, Henry Rossoff. PIX 11 News.
All right, Henry, thank you. Well, a man wanted for a vicious attack inside the Columbus Circle subway station remains at large tonight. Detectives say he used a screwdriver to stab a 61-year-old victim in the head and face. This was last night. The incident comes amid a surge of subway attacks in the past month. Jay Dow has the latest data coming up for us at 5 o'clock.
And Nassau County's effort to bring a casino to Long Island has hit a major snag. A state judge has ruled that county officials did not follow open meeting rules. The county approved a 99-year lease to the Sands Entertainment Company to build a $4 billion casino at the Nassau Coliseum site. Meanwhile, a lawsuit was filed against the plan by Hofstra University, which is located near the casino. Now, it remains to be seen if Nassau County will hold new hearings and try to save the deal with Sands.
All right, let's go ahead and get back over to what's going on out there weather-wise. Hi, G.
All right, Tamsen, the chill is on. That's going to be the deal for tonight. Cold front cross, reason for the clouds today, a little light rain in spots. That's gone. And you can see again, Saturday will be chilly. We'll note again, Sunday will be the coldest weather of the season. Live shot, Midtown area, cruise on the controls. We got to work. 52 degrees, 50 degrees up to the north. The winds are kicking in a little bit from the south and west. They will pinwheel around when the front crosses, and they will become much more north and west. The wave goes underneath us, give us a spritz. High pressure begins to build in, and that's money, man. So if you're heading out tonight on the planet, the winds will be light, but the temps are going to dip and dive down to 41 degrees. That's 3 blankets tonight, and more cold air is poised in the northwest territory of Canada. That will break loose and arrive here Saturday night, Monday, Sunday and Monday. And the question is, how long does that last, and how dry do we get? We'll chat about that later on.
All right, G, thank you. A group of children spent their day making these pictures for their beloved crossing guard. She has been hospitalized since Monday when she was hit by a taxi while she was just trying to do her job. Today, that guard and her family spoke exclusively to PIX 11's James Ford from her hospital bed. He joins us live from Morningside Heights with more. James.
And specifically, we are here at Mount Sinai, Morningside. And I'll tell you, the surgeon who worked on this crossing guard said it was an intense situation that has now improved significantly because, says the surgeon, in part because of the support that's been shown for this crossing guard by the hundreds of children that she serves. This is the positive next chapter in a story that did not start out very well at all.
She helps everyone. She knows every child's name.
PTA co-presidents present a lot of get well messages from students at PS 198 and PS 77 to Sonia Javaheri, one of the crossing guards for the Upper East Side schools. She's still recovering after this happened on Monday afternoon. While she was working in the intersection at 96th Street and Lexington Avenue, a taxi cab hit her. We've stopped the video just before the collision that left her in critical condition with severe head trauma.
I got worried for her. I felt really bad for her. That's sad, and I hope she feels better.
Kids explain why they did this. Wrote cards, Post-it notes, posters to their favorite crossing guard.
She's really kind, and she would always help. We just came here, we did not know where the library or the school or the park was. She gave instructions to everything.
Her kindness to them, they responded to with all of these well wishes that the PTA co-presidents delivered in person at Mount Sinai Morningside to Sonia Javaheri, who's now stable, awake, and grateful. Her husband spoke on their behalf.
All the kids and mothers and fathers, they're missing her. I said, oh, okay. Nobody miss me.
And by the way, he is himself a taxi cab driver who pointed out that in addition to all this support being shown by the kids, there's also been a few dozen police officers who've come to say how strongly supportive they are, and some of that support has been financial. Same is the case in the community, in the school community. We'll talk more about that coming up on the PIX 11 News at 5 o'clock. Right now, reporting live from Morningside Heights in Manhattan, I'm James Ford, PIX 11 News.
All right, James, thank you so much. Well, in honor of Veterans Day, a Long Island-based charity is giving a Marine veteran a very special gift.
Yeah, Paws of War will provide training to veterans' dogs, certifying the pet as a service animal. Now, this is Joe Cipriano and his dog Marley. Cipriano joined the Marine Corps in August of 2006 and served until he was honorably discharged in March of 2010. Now, upon returning to civilian life, he experienced mental health struggles. Since Paws of War placed him with Marley, he has seen improvement in his mental health. With service dog training, Marley will be able to further assist him as he reintegrates back into civilian life. Well, women's priorities are shifting in the workplace, ushering in a new wave of change.
Coming up, a look at what the future holds for women's careers and how employers will have to adjust.
Buildings in New York City are always going up or appearing out of nowhere, bigger than they were before. Coming up, we'll get a look around the newest New York City neighborhood destination. What's going on underneath here is even more interesting.
So, Tamsen, I'm supposed to be telling you good luck, but honestly, I feel like I want to tell you that because I know you're going to succeed. You're going to crush it. I mean, people don't know this, but you are one of the most brilliant people I've had the honor to sit next to in my career, and you're going to be amazing. You're going to change the world, and it's been just an honor and a pleasure.
Tamsen, it's been a kick. You're a pro, the ultimate professional. I want you to know that I'm not at all concerned about you. You're going to be a flaming success, always have been, always will be, friends forever.
Tamsen, to work alongside you is to absolutely admire and adore you. You will always be my hashtag goals. You know that. I cannot wait to see what is next. Mwah.
You're watching the PIX 11 News at 4.
Well, buildings and construction sites like this are always popping up around the city. Now, the newest area has risen out of thin air on top of land that didn't even exist.
Yeah, PIX 11's Greg Mocker is giving us a look at how it was built. He's live at Manhattan West. Hi there, Greg.
Hi, Arrianee and Tamsen. One last time, at least here on the news. We're always talking about layers here in the city. Everything is on top of everything else. Our neighborhoods are always in flux. This is one of the newest places to be built, Manhattan West. They just wrapped up the final piece of construction here. All this appeared really on ground that didn't exist above train tracks.
A lot goes on in the city, up above your head, below your feet. The building you see on the corner is only part of the story.
The buildings, of course, are like you can just walk all the time up, 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 and then you look down, you see so many people, it's still impressive.
Manhattan West takes up 2 city blocks between 9th and 10th Avenues around West 33rd Street. The final tower recently completed construction. The new neighborhood in Manhattan officially opened in 2021. Apartments, offices, restaurants, stores, and open space. But the block actually didn't even exist 10 years ago.
Below our feet are trains. There's about 800 trains a day that move underneath our feet.
Manhattan West shared this time-lapse video with PIX 11 News. The trains kept going by Independence Station as the new buildings went up. This crane creates the cover over the tracks, which added 7 million square feet to the skyline.
People don't realize all of the infrastructure that's below our feet and how critical it is to New York City. We had to get creative. We had to solve a problem not to disrupt service to the city, and at the same time set the stage for development to go vertical with these buildings.
The 2 towers at Manhattan West have a special structure and design supporting the building that goes up 1,000 feet.
It goes all the way down. It supports all of the structure above, all the weight of the tower, and resists all of the wind. So all of the columns for the 100 feet are actually transitioned back to the core here, like tree branches, right? Similar to tree branches.
We moved our live shot now to look directly west from Manhattan West to Hudson Yards. That has a similar infrastructure story. There are other places in the city where the discussion is also happening right now. Coming up at 5, we'll look at those areas. At Manhattan West, Greg Mocker, PIX 11 News.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, the pandemic changed the way employees engage with their jobs, that's for sure, but it especially altered women's roles in the workforce.
Yeah, a lot of women are now questioning their careers, priorities, and what could be their next chapter. A new survey from She Speaks and Luminary explored these trends.
It sure did. Joining us to talk more about it is Eliza Freud, and the founder and CEO of She Speaks, and Luminary founder and CEO Kate Luzio. Welcome both to the show.
Thank you.
So we want to jump into this, and I think it's an appropriate day, I guess, right? So, Kate, let's start with you. What did your survey find about the impact of women who work from home?
So I think 2/3 said they really wanted work-life balance, right? And we don't really love that word balance, but we know that there is some type of integration. We saw this throughout the pandemic. But interestingly enough, 1/3 said they are more productive when they're in an office, right? And so you have to think about all of the factors. And we were just talking earlier, and I really see what's happened out of the pandemic for women in the workforce is 3 things. One, they are really defining their priorities and reflecting on sort of the last couple of years. 2 is, and how does that align with my purpose? Right? Is where I'm working, what I'm doing, my purpose. And 3, those 2 factors, how do they then help me navigate my path? Whether I stay on this path, whether I choose something different. And we can talk about side hustlers and all of that, but it has been, I think, a bit of a 180 since the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so Kate, how will employers have to adjust to this kind of awakening?
So I think it's even more than adjusting. I think it's adapting, right? I think part of what we saw even before the pandemic was managers just weren't having conversations with their employees around what they wanted, right? People want to work hard. It is so much less about the activity. It should be so much more focused on the outcome. So if you are productive working at home 2 days a week, 3 days a week, and you're in an office 2 days a week, what does that matter, right? What matters is that you're productive and you're performing. And so much of this goes back to the conversations that managers and employees can have. Part of that is also investing in training of managers to be able to have that. And Luminary, I mean, this is what we do day in and day out with the companies that we work with and the people that we work with. And how do you have that conversation, breaking down those barriers so that we can position ourselves to stay in the workforce for a much longer time.
I mean, there's another trend to watch. You say, Eliza, side hustles. You've noticed that in the survey. Talk a little bit about that. Why is that a trend to be watching right now?
Yeah, well, we uncovered what we're calling the rise of the side hustle. And basically, close to 60% of women across generations. So this was a multi-generational study, everything from Gen Zs who are just coming into the workforce, all the way through to boomers who might be sort of coming into retirement age. And across those groups, we found that close to 60% are interested. They've either launched a side hustle or are about to launch a side hustle. And when you dive into the generations, of course, not surprisingly, the younger generation, the Gen Zs, and younger millennials, so those who are probably 27 years old to 34, they are much more likely to already have a side hustle. But we did see it across the board. And I think a big part of that is the fact that we just had the pandemic, people got used to flexibility, and we also have some insecurity within the job market, and women want to be the masters of their own destiny. So having these opportunities to start a side hustle is a great way to dip your toe into that water.
Let's talk a little bit more about the opportunities. We know social media is a great platform, you know, for your side hustle. So how does social media help and benefit a woman in her career?
Yeah, so one of the really interesting things from the study was the role that we found social media playing within how women were doing everything from finding a job to getting promoted to promoting themselves. And it was really interesting to see that women, again, across age groups, were using social media to build a following so that they had an always-on way to be looking for a job or their next career opportunity. And they weren't just waiting around for them to potentially lose their job. So having that social media is almost like a great equalizer in that we all get this opportunity to be out there and to show people what we know, so that if we do need a job and people can find us, and they are more likely to have an opportunity to know what we're all about before us needing to go find a job.
And I'll just add one thing to that. I think the other piece is it's really helped demonstrate thought leadership. right? It's not just about your job, it's about who we are and what we're passionate about. And so you're seeing so many thought leaders sort of popping up on social media. And two, the opportunity to create and expand your networks through platforms like LinkedIn and others. That's a social media platform.
Yeah.
So women are tapping into that now more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Some good points there. Thank you both so much. So good to see you.
Yeah, you
Great.
too.
Thanks for being here today.
Congratulations. We're wishing you so much well.
I so appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. And for more information about the survey, you can visit shespeaksinc.com.
All right, well, women are dominating at this year's Grammys, that's for sure. Coming up, the talented ladies who are leading the pack. We'll be right back.
From Florida, where we used to work back in the day, to New York, where we are thankful to be now. You've always been a class act, Tamsen. I look forward to seeing how you take that greatness to your next chapters. Best of luck.
Over the years, Tamsen, we have talked about so much: the trains and the buses, the Omni fare payment system, and a work-life balance. Thanks for always being there and having a kind word. I'm really excited for you and the future.
Tamsen, you have paved the way for so many women in this business, and you've been a shining example, and we thank you. And I will miss your presence, not only as a coworker, but as a friend. Congratulations.
All right, here we go, everybody. Chill is on and around the tri-state area. It will stick, it will stay. The numbers showing at 52 degrees. The flow of air is dry. The rain is offshore. That's good news. And high pressure will build in. That's better news. So it's going to be a great stretch of weather coming up. It's all chilly, and the chilliest will come in here on Sunday when the cold air will make its presence really known, and temperatures are only going to be in the low to mid-40s. That's a big darn deal around here, that kind of chill. So the back half of the weekend is the coldest half of the weekend. 45 and 37 is the split. 7-day forecast. We've got that for you later on.
This weather report was presented by Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-NY-LEGAL.
Well, veterans put their lives at risk to protect our country overseas. But once they come back, many continue to struggle with damaging health effects.
Yeah, coming up next, how one local hospital, what it wants to do to help veterans exposed to burn pits. Plus, how to battle the effects of sitting all day from the comfort of your bed.
Hi, Tamsen. John and I worked a lot of big stories with you. We want to wish you the best of happiness always.
Congratulations. Almost 2 decades of working alongside Tamsen and then having her in my ear. What else can I say? Goodbye for now, and Tamsen, good luck.
Live from PIX Plaza on 42nd Street, it's the PIX 11 News at 4.
Well, those who serve our country not only put their lives on the line while on duty, but many return with chronic illnesses that are a daily battle. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Arrianee Lebeau.
And I'm Tamsen Fidel. For millions of veterans who are exposed to burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan, the health effects are long-lasting. But Northwell Health now wants to help those veterans not only with a diagnosis, but a cure. It's a G Thing.
G Thing, presented by Northwell, who believes when we raise health, we raise everyone. Northwell, raise health.
Any pictures, videos you've seen, it's not an exaggeration. You'll see that black plume smoke. It's just one of those scents and smells and sights that you never forget. And sights that you never forget.
Big black smoke piles everywhere. It was pretty prevalent. Air was fog, black most of the time.
Robin and Patrick, both veterans, recount the burn pits they lived next to in Balad, Iraq.
You could definitely throw a rock to it, 50 yards maybe furthest, but yeah, it was close to our base.
While they served years apart from each other, they now serve veterans and their families together at Northwell Health's Military Liaison Services Center, and both are also suffering the effects from burn pits.
We noticed, that being next to the smoke piles and the burn pits and everything is not healthy, but in the same instance, you're not thinking about it.
Can you tell me exactly what your symptoms are?
I have a very adult asthma at this point. I'm taking an inhaler for it, and as we continue through this study, we'll identify other needs and issues. The big component that we have to talk to is that, similar to other circumstances throughout the world, it's what do these symptoms look like 20 years from now?
And that's why Northwell Health Military Liaison Services has taken the lead to understand the impact the burn pits have on those who served and how to treat them.
Put your hands on your cheeks like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. And here we go. Just breathe normally. The machine's going to do all the work. So their direct exposure.
Dr. Anthony Zima has been an outspoken advocate on Capitol Hill for veterans exposed to burn pit toxins.
I first started seeing patients in the VA system in 2004. All of a sudden, the waiting room transformed from 80-year-old old guys in wheelchairs with oxygen to these 20-year-old young women and men. It really reflected all the young kids who signed up after 9/11.
Burn pits go back to the days of George Washington, but it's the massive scale in Iraq and Afghanistan that pose the risk.
In Balad, Iraq, they had a 10-acre burn pit, and they were 100,000 soldiers living there. Imagining 100,000 water bottles and breakfast styrofoam trays burned every day. Doing it every day, 365 days a year from 2003 to 2009. That's the problem.
What are the symptoms that veterans should be aware of?
Chest pain, shortness of breath, you can't exercise. Sometimes it's as simple as you feel fatigued. You just don't feel right, you know. This past year we did a study looking at veterans, and 29% of those exposed to burn pits in one registry said that they saw blood in their urine.
Juan Serrano, the Vice President of Military Liaison Services, who also supervised burn pits as a Marine sergeant, said once they started seeing the pattern of illness among this generation of veterans, they had to step in.
As an organization, Northwell, because of our size and our commitment to military, decided to take a step forward to identify what is the driver, not just the symptoms, right, but what is the actual driver, and create opportunities for them to get better.
Is Northwell at the forefront of what's happening?
Our whole team is really deeply invested in helping these veterans, so they need to know that, you know, Northwell has these resources available to partner in improving your health care.
For those who chose a life of service over self, it has come time to create a pathway for veterans to feel secure to take care of themselves.
As a veteran and one that's deployed overseas and been in combat and been exposed to all these airborne factors, don't wait.
Words of wisdom from someone waiting to help the next generation of veterans.
You know, if you think you may be suffering health effects from burn pits, please call that number right there on your screen to reach Northwell Health's Military Liaison Services.
You know, I just want to note here that this number that was out there, it's answered by social workers who were veterans also. Veterans very bonded to each other. And instead of going to a system, meeting a doctor and feeling somewhat intimidated like a lot of males are, once they speak to a service person, especially if a Marine speaks to a Marine, they feel more comfortable and then they're taken care of once they're in the system.
Somebody that really understands.
Yeah.
All right, G, thank you.
And join PIX 11 this weekend as we honor those who serve. The special Veterans Voices airs Saturday night. You'll hear some incredible stories from our local veterans. It airs tomorrow night at 7:30.
Well, the 2024 Grammy nominations are out, and women artists dominating the major categories.
Yeah, to lead the list of nominees for Record, Song, and Album of the Year.
I'm still a fan even though it's salty. Hate to see you with some other, but know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving.
There she is. SZA leads this year with 9 nominations, thanks to the great success of her sophomore album, SOS. Now joining her, the major categories, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and Lana Del Rey. Now, Billie Eilish will be looking to take home Record and Song of the Year, as she did a couple years ago.
They're dominating, right? Lana Del Rey is seeking her first win. Taylor Swift making history with her 7th nomination in the Best Song category. She's the first person to accomplish that. The Grammy ceremony is February the 4th in Los Angeles. Well, so the Conway people are keeping a roll of toilet paper in the fridge.
You got to explain that one. Plus, the lazy activity that's better for you than sitting down.
Hi, Tamsen. What is there to say? You are an icon, a role model, a friend, the big sister that I would say I never quite had. And every time we saw each other, you would make me belly laugh like nobody else. Keep shining, and I love you very much.
Tamsen, good luck in your next chapter, but I'll definitely miss you, especially when I'm working on those emotional, exclusive stories. I always think about you in the studio there, listening with compassion, because you truly cared.
Nothing but love, Tamsen. Loved working with you. We go back, I've been here almost 7 years. Good luck to you. And Joe wants to also say,
just say goodbye, God bless, all the best.
All right, in health news, a new study looks at the link between heart health and a daily physical activity.
Yeah, a team of researchers in England found any activity besides sitting is good for your heart, even sleeping. Over the course of several months, more than 15,000 volunteers wore tracking devices on their wrists.
Yeah, a study discovered the greatest benefits to heart health came from time spent in moderate to vigorous activity, followed by lighter activity, then standing and then sleeping. Volunteers experienced virtually no cardiovascular benefit from just sitting.
Meanwhile, a growing number of people are keeping a roll of toilet paper in the refrigerator. The reason to cut down on bad odors.
Yeah, apparently it's a hack that's been around for a few years, but it's resurging again because of TikTok. Those who swear by keeping a roll in your fridge say the toilet paper does a really good job of absorbing smells from fruits and vegetables, similar to how an open box of baking soda in your refrigerator neutralizes unpleasant odors.
Okay, but if you decide to give this a try, it works best by putting the roll in the back corner and replace it every 3 weeks. And also use a brand new roll out of the packaging. Don't just use the one on the shelf in the bathroom.
Aesthetically, it's really unappetizing. I mean, open up your fridge and see a roll of toilet paper. That's nasty.
What's for dinner?
All right, coming up, a special follow-up Friday focusing on veterans.
Yeah, one of them struggling for 3 years with the stairs that lead to her apartment. What's about to change for her? That's coming up next.
Tamsen, you light up the newsroom, you light up the screen, and I feel privileged to have worked with you for the past 15 years. And I wish you well as you embark on the next chapter of your life.
Tamsen, congratulations. Thank you for being a leader. As a woman journalist in our industry, we will miss you a ton.
Everything she said, I never had the honor to actually work with you, but I watched everything you did, and I still do. And I cannot wait to continue to watch you blaze the trail in whatever direction you're going. You're an icon, you're a legend, and thank you for lighting the way for the rest of us. We'll miss you.
Tamsen, what can I say? Our time together was rather short, just a few months, but I was privileged and honored to work alongside you, wishing you nothing but sunshine in your future endeavors.
Tamsen, I can't say I'm surprised. I've seen you grow so much on this journey, and we are so proud of you. It's certainly been an honor for me to get to work alongside you, get to hear all of this advice that you've given me, whether it be in the studio, in the newsroom, or of course in our neighborhood. And I hope to see you again soon, because I'm going to love the advice that you have to come, especially regarding women's health. We love you, Tamsen.
All right, from checking on chronically broken doors at a Hell's Kitchen building to fighting for a wheelchair-accessible apartment for a Brooklyn veteran, PIX 11 News is making it happen for our viewers.
Yeah, with this week's Follow-Up Friday, Monica Morales is here. Hi there.
And how many times have you said that to me, Tamsen? You know, all the times we've had together, right? It's really something. I hope I get through this, but I just want to let you know, you've tossed to me for how many years now? I mean, I know we're only 29 years old.
Well, it's go back. It's been a long time. Been through a lot.
What we've been through, and for women in this industry to continue to do it and to do it as strongly as we do it, it's something, and I really have admired you. And I know I only have time, and our viewers want us, but I just want you to know that. I'm going to miss you tossing to me. I miss talking to you. I miss all those moments that we've shared in live trucks, on street corners, right here.
Oh, it's real New
Yorkers. We were live for a very long time. We fight for our viewers every single day, right, Tamsen? This Veterans Day weekend, we have a special focus on honoring our veterans. One veteran in particular really captured our hearts. Brooklyn veteran, Corporal Magda Mendez. We always go back, as you know. Here she is. Viewers were outraged by Corporal Magda Mendez's story. Last month, she showed us her everyday struggle getting in and out of her NYCHA apartment because of the stairs just outside her front door. Now, since our story, she got repairs on her refrigerator. We went back again today, and there's more good news. Take a look.
Okay, let's check in on our hero. Come on. Let's see how she's doing. Can't wait to see Magda. Magda! So good to see you.
Thank you for being here.
We love you so much. I hope you feel the love.
I feel the love. Yes, I feel. Apartment, they gave me an apartment in Cooper Park.
Also at the Harborview Terrace Houses in Hell's Kitchen, another reason to celebrate, the Public Housing Community Fund, in partnership with NYCHA, unveiled a transformed 20,000 square foot new play space. We're so happy for them, and it's the community that makes it happen. It's Tamsen that makes it happen.
It's you that makes it happen.
Back to you. I don't know what I can say. I've known you for so many years, and I know the viewers always ask about you.
Thank you.
There's going to be a massive hole here for us, especially the women, and I'm going to be watching every little post because guess what? I need it.
I love you.
We
Thank
do.
you so much.
We love
well,
you.
New York needs you, so thank you
We
for
need
everything
you,
you're doing.
Tamsen.
Thank you, Monica. All right, let's send it over to G.
Oh my, this is my final toss, right?
Final toss, G.
Who is it that's going to say, take it away, G? All right, let's take it away, G. Right now in the Midtown area, we've got a little bit of clearing skies developing. That's good. The rain is moving offshore. That's better. And when you look at the deal, you can see the dry air moving in across the tri-state area. So for Tamsen's weekend, all right, it's going to look really good. You can see, again, the clearing skies. Veteran Day is going to have a brisk breeze as they march down the avenue. Temperatures going to be in the lower 50s. In the 40s on Sunday, that'll be the chill, and then the dip and dive into the jet stream and the moderation at the end of next week. That's how we see it. So your forecast calls for 41 degrees and clearing skies, low 30s north and west, only 51, and that's a struggle for tomorrow, sunny. And here's your forecast as we go through this deal, and you'll be able to see Veterans Day looks good, and then Sunday looks really chilly. That's the core of the cold there. Monday, a few clouds around. We're bone dry. We're chilly. The next chance of rain will come around here on Friday. But until then, we are all safe to go.
This weather report was presented by Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-NY-LEGAL.
It's the end of an era here at PIX 11 News today. Tamsen Fadal is moving on to the next chapter in her life, but we couldn't let you go without going back in time. The past 15 years of your time here. Take a look.
Oh, boy.
Well, she joined our PIX family in March, but it seems as if she has been with us for much longer.
Yeah, like forever. No, Tamsen Fadal scours the city each week to show you what's going on in the Big Apple.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you. I'm Tamsen Fadal. I'm Tamsen Fadal. I'm Tamsen Fadal. I'm Tamsen Fadal.
She is a rising star.
Thank you so much. I still have other headbands if you guys want to wear them all. I'll get them for you.
One, two, three.
These are faux.
Four. They're pretty good,
No
Tamsen.
knees,
Five,
baby.
No
six.
knees.
Oh, I love this. I'm always looking for the idea, and I guess if I interview more and more people and enough of them, maybe one will come to me. I'm really excited to introduce you to a new segment here on PIX 11 called Changemakers. What do you think the girls need nowadays? You told me this right before we went on. This is your first live TV interview, is that right?
It is, yeah.
My hands are staying warm with these little, whatever these things are that I'm sure everyone's going to have out there today for game day.
You having fun so far?
I am. What about you?
I'm having a great time.
Throughout my life, I have watched strong women, friends, and family face the challenges of menopause, often in silence.
Mbeya is known as the food basket of Tanzania. Here, all sorts of things are grown, including corn, peanuts, and sunflower seeds.
Jumbo! Mambo! Mambo! You've stolen my heart.
I'm Tamsen Fadal right now. We are in Breezy Point, Queens. That is where we're coming to you from, and I'm standing in a neighborhood actually where a house used to be. This is a neighborhood that really became one of the symbols of Hurricane Sandy. You feel the energy of New York all around us despite what happened just around the corner yesterday. We're talking about a little over 24 hours ago.
I am of New York. I live it and breathe it and walk alongside New Yorkers. I mean, I think it's just a part of the thread of who I am, which is different, not afraid, but afraid sometimes, multifaceted. You know, I feel like I'm never lonely in New York City. It's weird, I could never feel that way. I guess I feel alive here. I think New York is really about living. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I don't even know what to say. I said I wasn't going to cry, first of all.
Let's get this out.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
Deal with that. You know, I just got to say, I wanted to be in New York my whole life. I love this city. I love this station. I mean, you people I've grown up with for years and years from other television stations. I mean, working in Florida with some of these people. And I can't thank you enough. You know, I thank you, New Yorkers, for asking me into your homes and, you know, bringing me in every night and accepting me. And I'm so grateful. I really am.
Yeah, we love you so much. And you know, I'm even getting misty-eyed here. It's just, I spend more time with you than my own family. And your real life husband's over here, but other than him, I feel like, you know, it's like, you know, I'm like the work husband, right? And it's gosh, just to see you leave. But the thing is, I'm happy.
Thank you.
I am joyful.
Thank you.
You know, it's like there's tears, but it's tears of joy.
Yeah.
Because you, first of all, you've already done so much. You've already changed so many lives. And now this is the beginning of when you really go into overdrive.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
So I'm happy, and let's toast. We only have 4 glasses, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But let's toast to just an amazing human being who, who's just getting started.
And also, you have, and I've been around great ones, really, in the 80s and 90s, and you have that star quality. And what you've done moving forward is drop seeds all around with your new corporations, and all you need is a little water and everything's going to flower. You really have the star quality that very few people have.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Thank you all.
I love you, Tamsen.
Can I drink this on the air?
Well, you can. I don't know if I can. The boss said, can I drink this? Or
Yeah, no,
or
boss said
I
okay. Boss said okay.
Oh my gosh. End of an era. But the beginning of something even better.
You know, and for people that don't know, it was not an easy decision. For sure, not an easy decision, but an exciting one.
No. You're like my sister from another mister, you know? Like, I just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm so touched, I'm giving you my clicker.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll be right back, guys, after the break.
Thanks.
Yay,